On Osrc News tonight, Ondo State government mourns death of Secretary to the government, Tayo Oluwatoye. Death toll rises to 9 in Jigawa communal clash. And from the foreign scene, UN Security Council holds emergency meeting amidst Israel evacuation orders. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Remy Allen. The Secretary to the Ondo State government, Tayo Oluwatoye, has died. His death occurred today following complications arising from a ghastly auto accident last month while traveling to in shock and plunged the state into mourning. Honorable Oluwatoye had been receiving treatment at the Obafemi Awolowo Teaching Hospital, where he had been on admission since the accident. Meanwhile, Ondo State government has announced the death of the Secretary to State Government, Tayo Oluwatoye. In a statement by the Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Wale Akinlosoto, the deceased was a dedicated public servant whose unwavering commitment to administrative coordination, policy advisory, and implementation had a significant impact on Ondo State. Mr. Oluwatoye served with distinction and played a crucial role in the state government, working closely with the governor and other top officials of ministries, departments, and agencies. At different times, late Mr. Oluwatoye was chairman of Akure South Local Government, Commissioner for Local and Chieftaincy Affairs, and was appointed twice as Secretary to the state government. The government, therefore, extends its deepest condolences to the immediate family, friends, associates, and the people of Akure Kingdom. Details of his burial arrangements will be announced later. In our related developments, Akure, the Ondo State capital, is in sorrow following the untimely death of Tayo Oluwatoye, known as Tukana, who served as the secretary to the Ondo State government. Residents flocked to his home in
ìgbẹ́gbọ̀n mi tọ́gbọ̀n mi olóore lọ. Padà o padà ìgbẹ́gbọ̀n mi tọ́gbọ̀n mi olóore lọ mo kú o.
Rugged, loyal, and articulate, the Akure-born and bred grassroots politician and mobilizer Tayo Oluwatoye came in at a time when his expertise was most needed. Now, he has passed on. In the report, Kunle Ariyo takes a look at his profile.
Tayo Oluwatoye was born to the family of late High Chief and Mrs. Bankole Oluwatoye of Ulisa in Akure. He attended St. David's Primary School, Ijomo, Akure, and later proceeded to the prestigious Oyemekun Grammar School, Also in Akure for his secondary education. He was also at CMS Grammar School, Lagos for his higher school certificate. Between 1981 and 1984, Oluwatuyi was at the University of Lagos, where he bagged his first degree in BSc Economics, Finance and Management. He was an associate and fellow of many professional bodies in accountancy, financial management, cost management, and credit administration. His working career started with Ondo Plastic Industry Limited as accounting assistant between 1986 and 1989 and joined SEC Nigeria Limited as cash officer and custodian of company's vault. Late Temitayo Oluwatuyi, popularly called to Kanas foray into politics, began with his appointment as the chairman of Akure South local government between June 2009 and July 2011. He later became the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs between September 2011 and February 2013. He also served under the administration of late Oluwarotimi Akeredolu SAN as the Commissioner for Natural Resources. He later became the Secretary to the State Government, SSG. He came back as the Secretary to Ondo State Government on the 24th of January 2024. He was appointed by Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Late Temitayo Oluseyi Oluwatuyi will be remembered for his grassroots mobilization and as a lover of peace. Kunle Aruyo, Osrc News.
In the meantime, the Ondo State Chairman of APC, Ade Adetimehin, has mourned the sudden passing of Tayo Oluwatuyi, fondly known as Tukana. Adetimehin described the death of as devastating and a monumental loss, not only to his family and loved ones, but also to the people of Ondo State. In his statement, he described the secretary to the government of Ondo State as an exemplary leader who embodied the principles of equity and fairness. Adetimehin extended his heartfelt condolences to his family, the government of Ondo State, and the people of the Sunshine State. Also, Ogun State Governor and Chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, Dapo Abiodun, has commiserated with the Governor and the people of Ondo State over the passing of the Secretary to the State Government, Tayo Oluwatuyi. Governor Abiodun, in a condolence letter to Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, described Oluwatuyi's death as a great loss to the government and the state at large as he prayed for the repose of his soul. He described Oluwatuyi as a dedicated public servant, thoroughbred professional, and diligent individual with imprints and strides in and out of the government in Ondo State. Governor Abiodun acknowledged the brilliance of the deceased, noting that his stabilizing role in government would be missed by all. He therefore, on behalf of the Southern Governors Forum, sympathized with Governor Ayedatiwa and the entire good people of Ondo State over the loss. Governor Abiodun urged everyone associated with the deceased to take consolation in the fact that he lived a life of service for humanity. Still on the passing of the state's SSG, the former Deputy Governor of Ondo State and candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the last gubernatorial election, Agbola Ajayi, has expressed shock over the passing of the Secretary to the State Government, Tayo Oluwatuyi, describing it as unexpected and painful. In a statement by his media aide, Sam Ogunwusi, Agbola Ajayi said the late SSG was a mobilizer who did not waver in the face of adversity. While commiserating with the family, the state government, and the people of Akure Kingdom, Ajayi affirmed that the late Oluwatuyi will be remembered for his extraordinary contribution to the growth of Akure community and the state in general. You're watching Osrc News at 7. We'll now take a short break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us.
Go.
Many thanks for rejoining the news. For more news updates, you can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Residents of Aule Road in Akure South have commended the Ondo State government for its commitment to rehabilitating their long-neglected road. The 1.6-kilometer stretch, beginning from Ilesha Garage, is expected to be completed with an asphalt overlay by the end of January. Memorial Language reports that neighboring communities, including Orita Bele, are hopeful for similar government interventions on their roads as they eagerly await improvements.
A few days ago, Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa approved the completion of 50 ongoing township road projects across the 18 local government areas of the state. Reports confirmed that the governor released funds for the completion of these projects, which include asphalt overlays, reconstruction, and rehabilitation of selected roads statewide. Special advisor to the governor on infrastructure, Ayuadi Babalola, said government is ensuring contractors return to work promptly.
As rightly asked, we thank God and we appreciate God immensely for the life of our governor, Honorable Dr. Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa. So I do say that we are all lucky and we are fortunate. But their health is very important to us, very, very important. The health of our people is very important to us. So that we just appreciate them and then we always keep on telling them they should just exercise patience. Everything will be sorted out.
The OSRC camera captured ongoing construction on Aule Road, where improvements aim to alleviate persistent flooding issues for residents. Consultants on site, Oluwaseun Oguntoye, confirmed that the 1.6-kilometer project will be completed by the end of January.
We realize that we have to introduce cross covert. We call this one cross covert. And at the same time, the state government also introduced a mini channel here, so that when we cross the runoff on the other side, through the help of this cross covert, we turn into this channel. So we realize there's a stream down there, so we'll be able to discharge it to the stream, so that we can ease the volume of runoff that is affecting properties along the route. With the things on ground, before 15th of the 15th is before end of next week, we should be able to through.
Residents in areas like Olokwe and Orita Obele seek similar government attention for their roads.
I've been in this estate for the past 10 years now, and this has been the situation of this road. Either it is rainy season, but in the dry season now, what you see is dust.
Tabati ya wọlé láti gate Orita Obele títí wọnú Ọlọ́pẹ Alágbàdo Royal G5 Royal G6 Avenue gbogbo ẹ̀ báwọn yẹn gbogbo àwọn ní estate yẹn ni ò dá.
I reside in Orita Obele Estate, 4th Avenue. During rain season, to come out is very difficult for you. And in time of dry season again, I'm making bag. I can't dispose my bag because of the dust. Please, we need your assistance concerning the road. Please, if at all you can do anything, we'll be grateful.
The
condition has been so deplorable over years, so that whenever there is rain, there used to be flood. This especially at this other side of the road, where the government is diverting the water to.
Do me pé oye ṣe inú mi dùn gan. Torí number one ó affect mi iṣẹ́ mi. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn ló dé affect ní ládùúgbò tó yẹ pé ní shop tó yẹ pé December time yẹn anybody ò ṣiṣẹ́ rárá. Nígbà tó ń ṣe bá fílẹ̀ tó ń ṣe àwa gbàdúrà pé wọ́n ṣàní wọ́n bọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá da ọ̀dẹ̀. Wọ́n gbà tá a tún rí wọn pé wọ́n tún wá tún ṣe bridge tó tún fẹ́ wá bá dọ̀dà inú wa dẹ̀ dùn.
It's very good as they are doing it. We thank God for the life of the kind of government we have right now, as they can remember the community for reconstruction of the roads and the bridge and the drainage. So we thank them for that.
Communities such as Okeodu and Ikpinsha, remain hopeful that their dusty roads will soon be transformed into smooth asphalt surfaces. Omoriola Hungbeji, Osrc News.
The Council of Chiefs in Okegbo Town has appealed to Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa to allow the rule of law prevail in the process of selecting a new monarch in the town. The chiefs, led by the council's chairman, Deji Akintokunbo, said the Kuole Oloje ruling house, by virtues of the law, should produce the next candidate for the vacant Oloke stool. Osrc Zaid Aribisa reports that the stool became vacant in 2023.
Okegbo Town in Ile-Oluji, Okegbo local government area, has been without a substantive king following the demise of Obaoluwole Babajide Gbamigbala I of the Are Kuba Egbe quarters in 2023. But before his demise, a legal tussle had begun with a judgment annulling his appointment, which was subsequently followed by an appeal, while the daughter of the late king now serves as regent. The Oluoke Council of Chiefs organized this press conference to sue for peace and order, as well as set the record straight on the process that will produce the town's monarch. In the council's address delivered by the Ojomu of Okegbo, High Chief Dele Oduwale, the traditional chiefs noted that the 5 ruling houses in the town take turns to ascend the throne. Oduwale said Section 14 of Chapter 27 of the Chief Laws of Ondo State 2016 has provided the basis on which the next monarch must emerge.
Section 14 of the Chief's Edict or law cited above has deemed that Gbamigbala I has reigned, and the next ruling house, i.e. Holy Oloje ruling house, should be the next to produce a candidate for the vacant stool of Oluoke in rotation in line with the Oluoke chieftaincy declaration as contained in the Adeloye chieftaincy report.
The chairman, Council of Chiefs, Deji Akintokunbo, and others called on Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa not to allow the disruption of peace in Okegbo by anyone or group looking to change history.
Gbogbo wa ta jókòó lónìí lórí Okegbo la fẹ́, a fẹ́ jàgídíjàgan, a fẹ́ káyọ̀dá síra wa, ṣàṣàlẹ̀ tó wà nílùú ìtàn àmàrà wa tán, tá a bá wọn lọ tá a bá bá bọ̀, ó lè jẹ́ aráalé nífẹ̀wàrà, ó lè jẹ́ Fẹ̀tẹ̀dù, ó lè jẹ́ lóńdó. We have no earthly reason láti kọjú ìjà síra wa.
In a demonstration to the Oluoke of Okegbo Palace, the Kuole Oloje quarters carried placards with inscriptions that it is their turn to produce the next monarch.
It is the turn of Kuole Oloje to produce the king for Okegbo. Are has had our own and gone, and there is no way in the history of Okegbo land that two Oba from the same ruling house were buried in the palace. So we don't want trouble.
The Oluoke Council of Chiefs enjoined sons and daughters of the town to maintain peace. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
A socio-political foundation, Diamond Group Nigeria, has congratulated Nigerians for migrating from the previous year into the year 2025. The group, in a statement by its leader, Ak Diamond Taib Omoloja, recalled that 2024 was difficult for Nigerians as the nation battles inflation and economic challenges. It, however, observed that the outgone year also recorded significant positives, such as the Warri and Port Harcourt refineries that are now operational. While lauding these strides, the group called on the federal government to revive the economy by addressing its structural flaws, reducing inflation, offering incentives to farmers, and taking decisive action against insecurity. The group congratulated Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and the Deputy Governor, Dr. Olaide Adelami, on their recent victory at the polls, urging them to work towards placing Ondo State among the best 7 states in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has visited Enugu State, the first official trip to the state since assuming office on May 29, 2023. This is also the first time a sitting president is paying an official visit to the state in over 10 years. President Tinubu in his visit inaugurated some projects embarked upon by the Governor Peter Ndubisi Mba-led administration. The projects included 30 smart green schools, rural roads, and 150 patrol vehicles fitted with AI-embedded surveillance cameras. Other projects inaugurated are the completed Enugu International Conference Center, 90 completed urban roads in Enugu City, a state-of-the-art command and control center with 150 vehicles fitted with AI-embedded surveillance camera. President Tinubu lauded Mba for the projects, saying that infrastructural development is needed to attract local and foreign investments. Jigawa State Police Command has confirmed 9 persons dead and 4 others injured in a communal clash that occurred in the state. Police Public Relations Officer DSP Lawan Shisu, confirming the incident, stated that it occurred at Gululu village in Mega local government area. He explained that the incidents occurred following a discovery of alleged looting of shops by unknown persons. Shisu said the villagers traced the suspected thieves to a village in the neighboring Fulani community in the Jaun local government area. He stated that the community members were alleged to have shot the visiting villagers with bow and arrows, injuring 4 persons, adding that the villagers from Gululu in retaliation mobilized and attacked Fulani settlements in both Miga and Jaun local government areas. The PPRO, however, noted that investigation is ongoing to bring the perpetrators to justice. And on the foreign scene, the UN Security Council meeting comes as Israel issues new evacuation orders for some of Gaza's hospitals. The meeting was called after Israel destroyed Kama Adwan Hospital following weeks-long siege and detained its director. Aderonke Kolawole completes the story.
During an emergency UN Security Council meeting, the World Health Organization urged Israel to rescind its evacuation demands of Ahadwan Hospital, an Indonesian hospital.
Al-Ada, which is the last remaining minimal functional hospital in North Gaza, is struggling to stay open. Food and water and fuel are depleting fast. The hospital has been without many essential medicines for more than 85 days.
The WHO has documented 654 attacks on healthcare facilities in Gaza since October 2023.
The WHO has warned of a pattern of systematic dismantling of the healthcare system in North Gaza. This pattern must be reversed.
While briefing the Council, Volker Turk, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, directly responded to the claims by Israel and the United States that hospitals in Gaza are used by Hamas.
Israel has not provided sufficient information to substantiate many of these claims, which are often vague and broad. In some cases, they appear to be contradicted by publicly available information.
Talk to the Council, even if armed groups were hiding in hospitals, the fundamental principles of the institution, proportionality and precaution still apply.
Military operations must always distinguish between military targets and civilians. The use of heavy weapons against hospitals is difficult to reconcile with that principle.
Most Council members agreed.
There is no justification under any circumstances for harming civilians and medical personnel. To claim that Hamas and the other groups have misused the facility simply does not lessen the burden of Israel to observe its legal obligation under IHL.
Aderunke Kolawole, Osrc News.
Before Ayat Tahrir al-Sham took power in Syria, it had been running most of the northwestern province of Idlib for 8 years. Locals say they paid their taxes and public services run effectively. There is hope this can now be emulated across the country. Blessing Obey has details.
Driving into Idlib, one already notices the tidiness of the streets. By local laws, every household should pay a cleanliness tax. Idlib's infrastructure and security system portray a public order one would expect in a normally governed city, except this isn't one. It's a de facto mini-state that's been run by Iyad Taril al-Sham since its takeover of the city in 2017. They named it the Syrian Salvation Government and meant it to be a starting point for the liberation of the whole of Syria.
By the grace of God, we created from scratch a government with public institutions designed to serve people. We established justice, provided security and services. All of this without any resources except our genuine dedication to serve without personal interest.
Major services have been digitized, including biometric ID cards, traffic regulations, and electricity. Public facilities have been built or renovated, including sports stadiums, colleges, medical departments, and ministries.
The Assad regime tried to demonize the Free Areas Administration and created a distorted image of Idlib as a place of terror and destruction. But when the country was liberated and people came here to see, they were shocked by the level of sophistication and development we achieved in Idlib.
But that local governor hasn't yet been appointed, and nearly all local cabinet members have moved to Damascus to assume similar roles in the Syrian interim government, which begs the question if the Idlib model can automatically work for Syria.
We cannot apply the exact same experience that worked for a small area to the entire Syrian territory, with its geographic and ethnic diversity. But the administration is a set of tools and processes that can be implemented in a similar manner with differences taken into account.
But many believe that with HTS leaders in power, now in Damascus, the mammoth task of ruling Syria may well draft any challenges they have been dealing with in Idlib. Blessing Obi, Osrc News.
And that's the news at 7. But before we go, let's take another look at the top stories. Ondo State Government has mourned the death of Secretary to the State Government, Tayo Oluwatoyin. Death toll has risen to 9 in Jigawa communal clash. And from the foreign scene, UN Security Council is holding emergency meeting amidst Israel evacuation orders. And that's the news. Many thanks for watching. Good evening.